What's going in, famalam? It is your guy, the Britain Abando, and we are here for a new show, a new dawn. This one is called What Had Happened Yesterday. Fucking dope acronyms that stand for why. That's the new segment we're rocking with. You know what I'm saying? I want you to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell while you're rocking out with your boy. I have thoroughly missed you, man. And get them. So rocking out today, make sure you lot rock out with me. We're going to start off with man like Charleston White. So hang on, let's bring him up on the screen, right? And let's have a little bit of a listen of what Mr. Charleston has to say. Now, what you have to bear in mind with Charleston White is he is a comedian, right? They got certain people out there that don't want to be taken, they want to be taken seriously with everything they do. I'm a big follower. I'm a troll baby. Understanding and learning, still learning from Troy Terrain, who really was the first person to really rock with this informant thing and be like, fuck it, I told, if you don't want to tell, this is the number that you call, and kind of inciting people to speak about things that they're seeing. But Charleston White has taken this thing by the bullhorns and he's riding it. Now, there's an apology here that we got. I'm going to let it play and then we'll talk about it afterwards. Let's go.
Sorry. I ain't gonna ask y'all to forgive me because I know most y'all have unforgiving hearts. But I apologize.
All right, so we got Charleston White there saying he's sorry for the things that he said about Nipsey Hussle. You didn't see the whole video, but he was actually saying that he was trying to make some kind of a connection with Crip Mac. I think this is old because Crip Mac is actually, if I'm not mistaken, he's locked up right now. But here's the problem with what Charleston White's doing. Charleston White is saying that he's for the kids. Charleston White is saying that his whole MO is to make sure that this is a better place for the children and to give the children just a better life. You know, he says that you know, Crips are killing the babies, and he says homosexuality is killing the babies, and he's got valid points. You know, we grew up following the Bible, we grew up following the Quran, and the fact of the matter is, I don't have a book that I read that speaks in favor of murder or same-sex marriage or any of these things. So if we're going to move forward in the direction that we're going in, we're going to have to be an ungodly people. How often do you hear man going up there and getting awards and say, I want to thank God for this award? Now you're hearing about, you know, man like Ardy come out and said his mum's a witch. That's new, bruv. I'm hearing UK artists talking about devil worship. That is new. Rappers, I don't know about the punk rockers and all of that, but rappers talking about devil worship. That's new. We are in a new space. But, you know, I'm straying from the point. What I basically want to say is, if you want to be involved in the children's future, you can't say fuck the gangs and fuck the gays, because we are leading, as a black community, we are leading into a direction where drug abuse, homosexuality and murder is becoming it's becoming woven into our communities. This is a part of us. So if you want to be a part of the kids, you can't throw them away by making such statements. Just my opinion, you lot, just my opinion. The character Charleston White, I believe, is different from the person, but the character got ran down on, and let's have a look-see and see how it went.
Hey, show him doing something on camera. Show him doing something on camera.
Let's do it.
Show him doing something on camera. If you record me, show him doing something.
All right.
Man, you want to
Now, that's Charleston right there, hiding behind a woman. There's a big black dude here. Maybe he takes pictures from Charleston, and there's another guy in the picture who's talking for Charleston, but Charleston is hiding behind a woman. What I think is happening is, he blew up quicker than he ever imagined, and you're going to get tested with all the shit that you're saying. You don't need to be outside on the road, sightseeing, hitting up the strip clubs, talking about, motherfucker ain't going to do to me. Y'all motherfuckers gonna suck my dick. And that's how Charleston White is talking. They will kill you, brother. They will. You need to pay attention to Wack. Wack stays in the fucking house. You need to pay attention to Joe Budden. He really doesn't stray outside of his area. You need to pay attention to Charlemagne. How often do you see him on the main strip? Like, you can't be a tourist and talk the kind of shit that you're talking. And I must say this. I must nail this one home. Be careful dealing with Charleston White. He is more than likely working hand to hand with the Federal Bureau. He has said outright he's involved in politics. Politician, police go hand in hand. Don't worry about the antics that he's using. This stuff is used to wind people. Here's the thing you got to understand. The world we live in, there's crackers and there's slaves. And it wasn't until I understood what the term cracker meant. I used to think, oh, that's a racist term to use to white people. If you're a white person that finds that term offensive, my material's not for you. If you're a black person that finds the term slave offensive, my material's not for you, because in 2022, that's what we have. You don't have to be white to be a cracker, and you don't have to be black to be a slave. And that's what you lot got fucked up. You're still playing this race game. I hate niggers. I hate crackers. I hate blood. That is a game for the dumb and the low-level thinking people. The real issue is classism. I'll play that game with you. I'm down for the fuckery. We could talk some racist back and joke forth, some prejudice jokes back and forth. We can have fun in this forum. But when we're being real, the real world that we are living in is about crackers and slaves. Which one are you? Forget about being politically correct. Forget about being politically correct. Do you run your shit, or does someone run you? Because the world is changing, and all the freedoms that you have are slowly being stripped away. Open your eyes. Pay attention. Moving on. We got a man named, what's this youth's name? What's his brother's name? Swifty Blue. Mexican youth from the south side of Los Angeles. And he's got a very interesting perspective that I want to talk on. It starts off crazy. Brace yourselves if you ain't heard this already. This is just my take on it.
Well, we don't want to sign to no blacks.
Right.
Southsiders do want, guess, I don't want to speak on it, but we don't want to sign.
Hold up! You don't want to sign to blacks. Is that ice that's hanging from your neck? Are those face tats? Are those fronts? Nigga, you look black. The fuck you mean you don't want to sign to blacks? You look black, bro.
Sign to no blacks. You know what I'm saying?
Is that because of the prison shit? It's not a racist thing? Help me understand, because when you say that out loud, it sounds crazy.
It's because like this. Well, we don't want to sign to
You're
no blacks.
not in prison, bro.
Southsiders do want.
You are not in prison. Now, how this thing works is you will even see Southsiders, or not even Southsiders, I'm sorry, Los Angeles people go to prison and drop their flag. And when I say drop their flag, I mean immediately it becomes a race thing. You could be Hoover, you could be Hoover, you could be Hoover and who had beef? Hoover, you could be Hoover, you could be Rollin, you could be Swans, you could be Brims, whatever the case may be. When we get into this surroundings right here, nigga, we are all family and we're going to do what we need to do to get out of it. When we touch back road, we're beefing again. So what he's trying to explain is the fact that in prison you have cars. And what a car is basically the race of people that you run with. Right? So there'll be a Mexican car, there'll be a black car, and I'm using the wrong terminology as far as Mexican and black, but there'll be a car that races are involved in, right? He's trying to bring prison politics to the street. You ever heard Kevin Gates when he says penitentiary rules in effect? You're not in the penitentiary, bro. And the fact of the matter is, this right here that you're seeing right here is what Dame Dash was talking. This is worse than Leo Cohen. You are standing here or sitting here in pendants that we put you on. You're wearing fronts that we put you on. You got face tattoos that we put you on. You're making music from a culture that we put you on. Using language that we put you on. Saying that you don't want to sign to the blacks. I see why you're in supermarkets buying groceries for black people, bro. I see it.
Prison shit is not a racist thing. Help me understand, because when you say that out loud, it sounds crazy.
It's because like this. It's like this. It's like I go to jail. I rock with my race. Mm-hmm. I eat with my race. I do things with my race. So it's like I'm here. I conduct business. I do things with my race. You know, like we integrate and whatnot. But why would I have somebody in charge of my music?
Make music with your race. Go make some fucking reggaeton or any of that essay shit that you lot make. You don't need to make rap music if you don't fuck with niggas. He's about to tell you that he fucks with the Woods. Now, the Woods is a term that's referred to the racist white people in southern LA, and they call them Peckerwoods. He's about to tell you that the Mexicans rock with the Woods.
Career, if I'm already programmed a certain way, I'm already institutionalized a certain way, why would I? You get what I'm saying? That's just my mindset. So I'm like, no, we wouldn't do that. And most of the homies would think the same way.
Homies.
So you don't agree with what I say.
So most of the homies, the man's using language from niggas, black niggas, slaves. I have to get better. I'm trying to get rid of the word niggas and replace it with slaves, because that's what we all are on the lower level. That's what you got to pay attention to. This is what this fool don't understand. I wouldn't sign the blacks. I wouldn't sign. Everything you do is fucking black. You ain't said Holmes or essay or blood in, blood out yet, bro. Everything that's coming out of your mouth are nigger-isms. And then you rock with racist white people. Bro, you can't tell me you're not racist, bro. If you rock with the Woods, and it would be different if you rocked with the Woods, the racist whites, because that's what you have to do in the area that you're in prison. And then you were like, it is what it is. I do business with black people. I sign with black people. I just want to keep my publishing and my rights with my own. That makes sense. But what you're saying is oxymoronic, bruv.
You wouldn't sign with somebody if they were unaffiliated. Like, let's say Diddy wanted to sign you to Bad Boy.
Me personally, I'm not trying to sign. I'll get somebody else signed and we do some business.
So are you saying that you wouldn't sign strictly because of their race?
Because I'm not gonna have it, and it's like this. We're gonna negotiate the terms. We're gonna make sure that it's like we have
no media training, and you got in front of someone that's been doing this for a while. There's a flip side to this. And on the flip side, I kind of understand what you're saying. It is a good point for us to be separate but equal, right? Meaning you want to take care of your own. But when you just come out front ways, I don't want to sign with the blacks, but you're making black music, you sound like a vulture, Swifty Blue. You sound like a vulture, and you may want to fix this. Don't worry about Wax saying he don't want to sign no one from the South Side. Bro, if there's racist white people and racist Mexicans down there, and you are literally personifying what Wack was talking about, like there was no face for this kind of behavior. These were rumors. I've heard people on Clubhouse arguing, no, the Mexicans not racist. I fuck with the Mexicans. But you have given a face to racism in the south side of LA, and you did it yourself. No one asked you. This is something you keep to yourself unless it's forced to the front, where you say, yeah, look, we fuck with the whites, the racist whites, and we do what we gotta do to survive when we're in prison. But you know, I fuck with the black folk. I know I'm involved in a culture that is not my own. The disrespect, the audacity of this fucking guy to be involved, embedded in black culture, saying you don't want to sign to the blacks is insane. Is insane. You are making black music. You are not making Mexican music, bro, because no one don't want to hear that shit.
It's like 50-50 control type shit. We're not gonna give somebody else, let alone another race, full control.
Swifty Blue until he fixes that, bro. Nothing you're saying makes sense at all. It's not about control or any of that. You can sign. The Mexican fan base is huge. It's huge. He could go back to Mexico and be rich in Mexico alone for music. Is fucking huge. You don't need blacks. You just need to be respectful from the people that you're borrowing from. And I say that, and I'll move the fuck on. All right, let's talk about this, man. This shit is looking crazy. It was inevitable. It was actually inevitable. There was no way that this wasn't going to happen, right? YSL has started to fall to pieces, and this is the first informant that has shown his face. Apparently, his girl worked for the police department.
My boy Lil Woody, man, pop shit, dog.
Lil Woody.
Sound, man. YSL, nigga, fuck everything. Man, shit, nigga, slap. Yeah, they Lil Woody Freehand Entertainment. Just jumped out of the pool with dirty glove dust. Slap YSL for life.
Now to a story you're going to see only on WSB tonight. A former officer accused of trying to help get a gang member back onto the streets. Police say the pair was in a relationship. Now that officer is facing several felonies.
Former City of South Fulton police officer accused of abusing her badge.
She's cute. She let that nigga fuck her shit up. And now he's telling. Now he's telling on you, and now he's telling on Young Thug. Hey, Girls. Oh man, I feel so sorry for her, man. I feel sorry for her. She's trying to ride, but you got caught doing some bullshit and your ass going to jail.
To protect her boyfriend. Investigators say 27-year-old Aaliyah Jackson, who joined the city's police force in 2019, was booked into jail last month on felony charges after she tried to interfere with a major police operation targeting Metro Atlanta's most notorious drug dealers and gang members. Among the suspects, Jackson's boy.
Look at these niggas was plugged in, bro. They was plugged in, and as the story starts to unfold more and more and more and more, you're going to start to see how together they were. This is how, if this is true, this is how they were beating, this is how these things were managing to go missing and disappearing. This is how they were still on the road. Man, these guys really could have taken over the world if they just stopped with all the killing. It's terrible, man. And here goes the number one rat right here. This guy's the one who, basically what happened is the value of telling is going to start to go down once man start telling. So the first person to tell is going to get the best deal. The last person to tell may as well not tell. You see what's going on with Casanova. It's gotten to the point where it's like, bro, you may as well just ride out your time, because telling now probably is not going to shave much off of your sentence. And that's what's going on here. This man's just like, fuck it. This is, oh, look, we're back on Charleston White. So there's paperwork on Charleston White saying that he was an informant in the case where that man got murdered when they were trying to steal the starter jackets. If you're not familiar with that, make sure you go back there and check it out. But there's paperwork saying that Charleston White was an informant. This makes sense. If you listen to Charleston White's earlier stories, he's like, I changed my life. What he really means is, I started telling. But in his case, there were 3 people. Obviously, bruv, once one person tells, the other 2 are going to have to sit down. That's why those white people wrote letters in his favor. That's why now he's working with politicians. That's why he's trying to get rules overturned. That's why he's attacking gang members. That's why he's attacking black people on the lower level that's involved in street life that he was once involved in. Because now, in my opinion, he's working for the other side. He's working for the other side. And this guy right here is taking the same footsteps that Charleston White did, except his paperwork is not sealed, and niggas is finding out that he's a tattletale. So look out for man like, I don't even, what's the man's name? Hang on a minute. The man's name? I don't even know this you. I don't even know who the fuck this is. He must have been a buddy.
Yeah, Lil Woody Freehand Entertainment.
Yeah, Little Woody. Little Woody is the first one to openly try and bring down these niggas. He's 6'9" in the situation. Like, listen, I'm trying to go home, man. I got a family, man. I'm trying to see my family, man. All right, look, talking about some other stuff. So, Yeezy has brought out a foam helmet, right? And for me, this looks like 2 things, right? Number one, this looks like you're wearing a slipper on your face. This looks kind of demonic, kind of alienish, but that's the direction that we're going in. It's a bunch of fucking weird stuff going on. I don't even understand what's fire about this. It will probably be $1,000 for the helmet. There's no structure in there to really help you. It's basically like you're wearing a fucking slipper on your face, right? But even with saying that, I have to say, what does that look like? To me, it looks like this. It looks exactly the same to me. Same mask to me, bro. In fact, if I'm going to keep it a stack, this one looks a bit better. I'm not sure if this is Jason or Casey Jones, but this one looks a little bit better. This is just a world of fucking followers that we're living in. And if you can catch hold and be a part of the last wave of free thinkers, you know what I'm saying? Because that is what's happening. Crackers and slaves. If you can be a part of the last wave of free thinkers, you might be able to ride that wave out to the end of fucking eternity, because there's not going to be people following behind. Hang on a minute. I want to get in to let you know what the price of Bitcoin is before we get the fuck up out of here. Right? Before we get the fuck up out of here, I want to let y'all motherfucking know what the price of Bitcoin is. And we can take it like that. Hang on, hold on. So Bitcoin currently is at $24,000. Big drop from the yearly high of $60K. But I do believe that it's a buying in point, and every single time that this Bitcoin drops, I want you guys to buy a little bit. $100, $50, you know, if you got it, $2,000. If you got the money, you know, spend a little piece on it. And every time it drops, it's called dollar cost averaging. You'll buy a piece, and eventually when Bitcoin hits 100,000 or $1 million, you'll be in a better way. This is the poor man's way to invest. This is the dummy's way to invest. And this is, you know, investments for dummies. I am your guy, the Brit in the Bando. You have been locked into the first segment of a new show that we got called Why. The screen is all over my face. I hope it wasn't all over my fucking face when I was recording. It would be a little bit frustrating, but what are you going to do? Hey, listen, what I need you lot to do is like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Also, support the show, man. We're going through hard times. I got canned food that needs buying. I want to protect my family. I need you lot's help. So if you all want to help what we're doing in the show, none of this is free. The lights don't stay on for free. I ain't got this 4K crispy quality feed for free. And the volume don't sound this good for free. So if you lot can find in your hearts to help man out, make sure you donate to the show. The PayPal is MrDopeWilliams@gmail.com. I am out of here. Make sure you do one thing for me. Hold on. Let me get my tune again. It's a big fucking tune. Let me get my motherfucking tune again, boy. Right? Because since we're in this vibe, Drake's taking us back home. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Fuck with your boy!